On Cinema's back in the right hands. The Delgados are done. This is as good as a movie can get, and it's so great that they're still making these kinds of movies. Money matters more than movies. Join me on Cinema at the Cinema starting now. It's On Cinema at the Cinema, Season 11, with your host, me, Tim Heidecker. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of On Cinema at the Cinema. I am your host, Tim Heidecker. With me right now, I actually have the deal with the Delgados, which I'm, the more and more I kind of get into the weeds of it, turning a little more into the deal with the devil, which is ironic because Delgado in Spanish is devil. So we are learning more and more about this, and I bring it up today because my board met last night and we discussed the sub-agreement I have with Greg here, which stipulates a VFA-specific episode of the show, and so today we're going to be turning things over to Greg to give some VFA updates. Excuse me. I just want to also point out, fans of the show might understand that it does mean we are seating our reviews of our movies Black and Blue and The Last Full Measure because of time issues. So I just want everybody to make note of that we are turning things over to the VFA in accordance with these documents I signed with the Delgados and Greg Turkington, and it's unfortunate, but we must be beholden to the documents. With that said, after he's done with his VFA bullshit, we will return with some actually interesting information for you shortly. So with that said, I'll now turn it over to Greg with his VFA announcements and whatever it is.
Hey guys, it's movie time! I'm here with the VFA, Victorville Film Archive. As you know, to this point has been the world's largest curator and collector and archivist of classic motion picture and popcorn classics. And I'm here to announce sort of a new era for the VFA. Don't worry, we're not reducing things, we're actually getting bigger. We've expanded into a new program called VFA Classics. This is a series of videotapes of classic movies that we have acquired the rights to and are releasing in collector's editions that you can own and collect and add to your archive. Every one of these movies comes complete with producer's commentary, which I'm doing as a producer of the series and expert in these movies. And we are unveiling our first 6 titles right now.
Excuse me, I just ask you a question about this, because I don't want to get in trouble here. How do you have the rights to these movies? How do you?
It's totally 100% legal. They're public domain. The movie's copyright holder failed to renew the copyright, so they went into public domain, which means any reputable film company has the right to release these things. And hopefully, when they do release them, they find the best available prints, as we have done, and add some bonus features, as we have done. So. Okay. We do have the rights to these movies.
And I appreciate that. And I'm sorry to interrupt again. I just want to clarify something. What's Mark's role in this? Why is he here? Why is he wearing a VFA
Mark has
shirt?
been appointed Vice President of Sales and Acquisitions, so he's an important part of our team and really in getting this whole ball rolling.
That's interesting because I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, Mark, why in the past few days you've gone quiet about the investigation that we've launched into your health and your safety. And as you spoke a few weeks ago, there was assurances from me and from John Stoughton that there was going to be a serious investigation into how you were treated. And you promised me candor, and you promised that we would have access to your records and we would have access to your files about who paid for what.
You said this was going to be the VFA
I know,
time.
but you brought him here, and I'm just telling you. And
his health, he looks great.
You have all the time in the world.
And he's got a job.
Listen, I'm going to give you all the time in the world to go through all your stupid videotapes.
Well, you said that, and then now you're talking about this crap again.
Sure, anything you want.
Let's start now.
I've got to deliver a message to Mark right now because he has been stonewalling me. He's been stonewalling John Stoughton. He has not gotten back to me, and I'm concerned that whatever you're dealing with him is obstructing the investigation that we've started.
There's nothing to say.
There is a lot of questions that have not been answered on this, correct? And something's wrong with him. Something's off. And that's why John has to speak with him. That's why John has access to the information.
His doctors say he's 101%.
Well, why haven't the doctors been in touch? Why can't we why John Stein's been trying over and over again? He sent Mark emails, he's called him, and we're not getting information. And you have not sat down with John Stoughton as well.
I don't have any obligation to sit down with your guy. The fact is, Mark is at his healthiest, his happiest, and his most productive. And he's part of our team, which is becoming quickly a major force in the distribution of classic motion picture titles.
Well, I'm going to give you this, and you can take it however you want. And if I were you, I'd take it as a warning that my head of security and operations, Michael Matthews, is now talking with John Stoughton. All right?
So what? I'm not worried because we've done everything right, and Mark he's so happy right now. You should see him in the morning. He's very, very happy. And this job that he has has a lot of room for growth because we're starting with 6 titles. We're going to expand, and by the end of the year, we will be up to 100 different titles that we have lined up for release in this series.
All right. Well, all I'm asking is, Mark, you have my number. You have John Stoughton's number now. You have Mike's number. Okay? Reach out to us. Return calls.
He's busy. He's busy with this.
That's all we're asking.
He's busy with this. So we're going to give you guys a sneak peek of one of the titles in the VFA Certified Classics series. This one so far, and it's still a fresh series, this one has been our biggest seller. It is The Affairs of Cappy Ricks. Mark, if you could just cue it up. As you'll see, every title in the VFA Certified Classics program has baked into it some, no, you put it in the machine. That's the job I told you that you would have. Has baked into it the producer's commentary. So you can learn some expert information about them as you watch them. Each title comes in a deluxe clamshell case, just like videotapes used to, and comes with a complete list of credits, running time on the back cover, the director, producer, in this case it's Pandora Berman and Greg Turkington for VFA Certified.
You produced this movie?
I produced this reissue of this movie, so yes.
We don't have to see this. We could just, I'm trying to.
No, this is the sneak preview. When you go to see the movies, you get a sneak preview. People love it. A lot of people think that's the funnest part of the evening out.
Nobody thinks that.
Hey guys! If you're looking at the screen right now, and I'm sure you are, you're looking at the title card for The Affairs of Cappy Ricks. If you haven't seen this film already, you're in for a treat. This is one of the great movies of the 1930s. Original screenplay by Lester Cole, as you can see, based on a story by Peter Kine. And here's some of the other credits. Costumes by Eloise. I guess when you're at that level of costume design, you don't need a last name. And of course, some actors also go by one name, such as Madonna, when she makes movies as an actress rather than as a singer. Walter Brennan stars in this. Really quite a career. He's sort of the Joe Estevez of the 1930s in terms of the numbers of movies that he made. His character, coincidentally, was Kingman. Not Kington, but Kingman. H.P. Kingman was the character in Smoke.
All right, well, that's enough of this.
Of course, here's the opening scene. Cappy.
If you want to see more information about, we're not showing this whole thing, right? Mark, turn it off.
You said 5 minutes.
I'm not going to show 5 minutes. You turn it off, Mark. Turn it off.
You said 5 minutes.
Huh? Turn it off! All right? We don't need any of this shit anymore. Get out of here. Wasted enough time on this trash anyways. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. We got time to kill. All right. I'm glad I didn't have this ready when they were out here because I might have used it. But this is our On Cinema Gun of the Week, our segment On Cinema on guns, on defense.
Here they come to break us down. Here they come to take the ground. Keep the wolves from the door. They've done before. Fighter, soldier, defender. It's the final gas.
And this is a beauty here. This is the 357 Magnum. Greg would love this. This is from the Dirty Harry movie. You can see I just bought this at a gun show last week, and really a classic. This is kind of the thing that would stop anybody in their tracks. You could blow a door down with this thing, and almost can kind of conceal it. Obviously, I have a concealed weapon permit concealed weapons permit, and Just a really feels good, heavy as hell, and packs a punch too when you shoot it. So I had a lot of fun with this gun this weekend. I went down to the shooting range and just got off a lot of some issues I'm going through. And what a powerful machine. All right, this is the 357 Magnum from the company is Magnum. Magnum makes this. So condoms company or the ice cream company. All right, thanks everybody for checking us out. We will be back next week with more on cinema at the cinema. Thanks for joining us. Let's say a prayer.